When I was young, I couldn't afford to own a Corvette. My parents had no money. I paid my own way through college. I said, someday I'm going to own a Corvette. And I think it was back in the early 80s when I started collecting pace cars. And the first pace car I bought, obviously, was a 1978. And then I bought an 86, and then I bought a 95, and on and on and on. And then it kept going. And somebody said, well, you know you're never going to own them all. And I said, well, I don't know. We'll see. I went to my first Indianapolis 500 in 1966. I've missed 2 races. So I've been to every race but 2. One of the greatest spectacles in racing. It's one of the only pace car collections in private hands. Corvette is the only true American sports car. And so people that love racing identify the Corvette pace car as a high performance car and love to own them. They made anniversary coupes and anniversary convertibles. I have some anniversary convertibles. I own serial number 50 in the convertible model. But the track car was a coupe. So there were 5 track cars, and that's back in the day when you could have an executive tag a car, and one of them, luckily, was not tagged. It was pilot car number 14. And it's one of 4 existing cars that I know about today. In '04, there were only 45 cars, 37 blue cars, 5 white cars, and 3 blue and white cars. I can tell you officially, I'm the only individual that has all 3 '04s. And then in '08, that was the sort of the last year they did any quantity. After that, they did the 3 pace cars for the race. You needed authorization from both General Motors and from the Indianapolis 500 to have one of those cars done to spec. So you really can't have an authorized car unless it's through GM and the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. One of them is a ZR1, 2012-13, and it's the only ZR1 pace car they ever made. In '14, it was pretty much a production Z51 model. In 2015, they produced the Z06, which I think is one of the best looking ones they've ever produced. Until the last year they produced in '17 the Grand Sport, and that's beautiful. I mean, that's a pretty car. A lot of work went into this, a lot. And so you're able in an instant to buy the entire authentic collection. So they're all credentialed cars. You're not buying any fakes. That's all the real deal. And it's part of our heritage. It's part of Indiana's heritage with the Indianapolis 500 here. So as they said, one of the greatest spectacles in racing.